Hello and welcome to another episode of the Classical Republican. Today we're going to hear from Yannis Varoufakis. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be interviewing him, but he was interviewed and it's on Let's Talk It Over. It came out a couple days ago, as you can see here. Let's start listening to it.
If you look at it, it doesn't not really have the interest of Ukrainian in that part. In these events. You asked me, what is the only question? 1 minute, there's only one. Afghanistan and Europe. This is
Okay, this is good. He's talking about what's going to happen, in the future regarding Ukraine. And let me give you a little bit more introduction from my audience members who don't really know Yannis Varoufakis. He is former Greek Minister of Finance. He did that at the time when they were going through the Euro crisis in Greece, and he really had to stand up to the troika of the German investors, the Central Bank of Europe, and whoever else was part of that. And so he's a Marxist, but he's had a lot of experience, and he talks a lot of sense. Let's continue to hear what he has to say.
Divided country with armies of occupation, with expropriation. This is, a catastrophe. It's a catastrophe for Ukraine, it's a catastrophe for Congress, Russia, 125
Oh yeah, he's a founder of the M2025, which is the party, a leftist party in Greece.
What in place is being demonstrated in some videos by particular persons that occupy my so in my mind almost every day because I know what they are. I'm saying that the West, the parts of the hypocritical about is a meeting between Biden and Putin. Nothing else will solve this out. There's an agreement on the two superpowers. There are no other powers in Europe. It doesn't exist.
Yeah, he really doesn't like the European Union.
It is simply the day that the NATO war plans. The only thing that will happen is Moscow will come with Zelensky make an auxiliary role. It's going to be something that would be the Western problem. But in the end, spares the people of Ukraine. And what would that solution be? It's really very simple. Right now,
oh, here comes a commercial. Let's skip that commercial. Wish my videos would monetize.
and to join sovereignty, the same name of an island. Yes. Join sovereignty. And something like that. Mia can be kicked in the long grass in 1,000 years again. Not be a solution, but putting take his own folks, oligarchs, whatever. Say, look, I want. What did I want? And denazify my Azov battalion. So he can proclaim his own victory and destroy the sovereignty of Ukraine, and the Ukrainians can live in peace, and the Europeans in their commitment to the Ukrainian people. Stop painting everything yellow and blue. Send them 100 billion euros. And build a bloody country. And you know what? Something else. How about wiping out the $97 billion of public debt in Ukraine? You want to be solicited. Not doing it. My
Okay, we're buffering again.
suspicion. This is suspicion. This is a solution President Zelensky really aches for. He really wants to do. Already mentioned 4 days ago that he no longer wants the Ukraine to be part of NATO. He's already mentioned that there can be an arrangement about them. But we discussed later. I said 1,000 years. He said, my years ready. Following the very resistance of Ukrainians who with heavy loss, 20,000 and so on. When he's ready to sign such an agreement, Washington DC, the United States of America are great beneficiaries of it. And there are elements of my saying that everybody it's like this. And fracking oil and gas industry is Windows. And partners.
All right, so that's where we will end that. And so I just wanted to make some comments on that. I think it's great that someone is looking forward to the to peace and after the war, what kind of solution we can have in Ukraine, and uses the term checks and balances in this interview. I think that's great that he's using that term. Yannis, you can come over. You're welcome over to the classical Republican side anytime. Yeah, checks and balances are what we need. Not just I don't mean to be too critical of their government. I know that they are a new nation and they've been working on stuff and they have problems that they are working on. But yeah, I think it would be great if they did have more checks and balances in Ukraine, not only on the international level but also on the national level. They have a one chamber of parliament, and then they also have a judiciary that's not very separate from well, it's easy for it to be controlled by parties. Some Eastern European countries have that, well, even some Western European countries too, and some would argue that the US is becoming that that way too. So I think it would, we still need to have make sure that if they are going to be neutral, Ukraine many years ago got rid of their nukes because they were promised by the West that and Russia that they would be secure because they if they gave up their nukes, and so they did, and they didn't really think they had to worry about this. So that's why they're that's one of the reasons why they're fighting such an asymmetric fight in Ukraine right now, because they don't have all the conventional means to resist Russia, and so they're getting a lot of stuff like anti-tank, rockets and stuff, things that only take one person to handle, to take out helicopters and tanks and whatnot. So that's very asymmetric. A lot of other European or Eastern European countries do that because they know if Russia or some other army were to come in, their conventional means would be wiped away, and they would have to resort to this some sort of guerrilla or asymmetric warfare. Yeah, so this is great that Yannis Varoufakis is looking ahead to something like what they have in Ireland, in Northern Ireland. I don't know if that's a good thing, acceptable, but I mean, it's something that can be done. It has been done. It has been done. There are examples, like the Cyprus and Northern Ireland, and so you will have, probably have some type of partition in Eastern Ukraine, the Donbass region, and perhaps those people can live in Ukraine but have autonomy, and maybe be able to they have the passports to Russia, they can go freely to and from Russia, that type of thing. So I think it's great that we're looking forward to resolving this issue, and I hope that peace comes soon. So long live the Republic.